Yeah, man. Gotta plug in my headphones real quick. People should be catching us here live in a couple minutes. How's the wife, the kids?
Wife's not feeling the greatest, but the kids got all the energy in the world.
Say something?
Oh, my wife just isn't feeling the greatest, but I mean,
Oh, well, hopefully she gets better. Uh, oh, by the way, this is In the Box Collection. I am Francis. This is Michael. We started the live a couple minutes ago, and just gonna shout it out to the people. We'll take the next couple minutes to kind of like bro, have some bromance in the meantime. Um, Send a text or two, share the shit. Oh man, we have a pretty good agenda today too, right?
oh yeah,
Oh, we can put the agenda up on the screen if you give me a minute. I'll put it up there so that way.
yeah. I'm gonna go over and send this link to a buddy who wants to hear us talk about his Knicks.
So you want to start? Does you want to start with the Knicks, Dan, or what?
Might as well, because I think that's like one of the biggest surprises of the year.
All right. So for the people that are watching, this is the agenda for today. Um, we have Michael on Healthy Celtics segment, which might come second because we might just go dive into the Knicks having the number one defense and still sitting outside of the playoffs looking in, right? Just see for the today, but whatever. We'll get to that one.
Do you
Um,
have? Are you gonna share this onto Facebook or?
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
got
do
it right here.
Facebook if they can watch it on YouTube. They can watch it. So we're live right now. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook. I'm about to share it on Facebook as well. So yeah, I just got the agenda couple up there for a couple of minutes. Make sure everything looks pretty good for it. So it really depends wherever the people want to watch it, they can. It's really where it comes down to. If you want to watch it on Facebook, they can. Actually, let me see if I can put the image so people can still see us. I don't know.
All right, I just threw out a few invites to some people. We'll see if they join in.
Nice. Wait. Oh, what happened to my? I was like, so my my camera just like bounced for a couple minutes there, but we didn't even notice it because it was out there. Oh man, dude, can you believe what happened? I still cannot believe a little bit of what happened last night. Um, with that
I'm not
game,
gonna lie, my heart started fluttering a little bit.
really.
I was like, oh, and then it just kept going and going
You know,
and going.
it's. Let me see if I can share. I should be able to share my second screen now. Okay, I should be able to share the screen. Try screen two. Nope, that's not screen one. Screen one. All right, perfect. So now the people are able to see us and what we have for today. We'll start. We'll give it about 2 more minutes so people hop in into the comments. You guys, welcome to In the Box Collection. This is your boy Francis. We have Michael in the house. Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
mean,
just me. That's two of us. Wait, I want you to say something. See if it pops up to you.
what's up?
Oh no, it doesn't.
Gotta try things out. There you go. But now it's just me and my ugly mug.
Dream.
Let's check in on this one really quick.
I like that though. That looks pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that looks really good actually.
We'll probably take that out here for a second for it. And yeah, let me just share this on Twitch, a couple of different places. Yes, to the people that are watching me, yes, I do watch myself on Twitch. I mean, why not? I'm special, right? Oh wait, why am I going to somebody else's Twitch into it? Man, sometimes it's so hard just to share my own Twitch. Like, why can't I just watch my own Twitch? I guess I could, yeah.
Sorry, that little razz I had going on's filled up rather quickly.
Oh, really?
Only
You
got
didn't even,
it's got 2 spots left.
I can run that for you right now if you want me to, man. You know I can. It's no biggie. I mean,
I
it's
gotta
not
wait
like
for the last
we,
two.
yeah. Just make sure after everybody pays. Oh, welcome to the stream, Matthew. Really appreciate you showing up. We got Matthew in the house. Matthew, you can tell the people that I paid you from last week's bets, so they don't think that I'm like this horrible person that does not pay his bets. If you want to throw that in the chat comment for it. So far, it's been a good week in terms of bets for me because I didn't make any bets, so that's like definitely a plus, right?
You know that's gonna change really soon, right? You got the Super Bowl coming up. That's definitely changing.
I know. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
There you go. The people were showing. Mike did it. Let me see. All right, how about now? Mic check. Thank you, Matthew, for giving me some type of credibility into it. All right, so we got 4 people watching. Matthew's in the house. Thank you guys for showing up. This is IntheBox Collection. We'll be starting. This is our topic. So if you guys want to get ready, get your questions ready, get your concepts ready. All I have to do is share this one more time to like one more place, and we should be good to go for it. So yeah, other than that, we can start out. So is your boy in here? So we can talk about the Knicks. If not, we can wait for him. It's not.
Let me shoot him a message really quick.
All right, cool. Yo. And let me share this. By the way, dude, it's been so. Every person that talked to you about the podcast, man, they're always super duper excited and super like pumped up about it. So I'm definitely happy about it. Definitely so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share it to what you call it. I always forget what it's called. Rocky Mountain Sports. I don't forget what it's called, but I have so many things in my mind that it goes right into it for it. Well, you know how that goes, especially with this whole car concept, man. Like even like now, I was in the bathroom, sitting on the throne, making a deal with people, like texting people, and they were asking me about like different things and whatnot. So it's a pretty exciting business overall.
Yeah. So, do you want to get this started? I mean, my buddy can always come back and check out.
Yeah, let's get it going. Let me
that part later.
Sports cards, and we are done. If you want me to, I'll clip it for him too. All right. So, should we keep it on schedule then?
Yeah, might as well.
With your unhealthy Celtics podcast segment that you have. So, Michael. Look at Matthew. He's already starting out with the fire questions into it. All right, we're gonna save that question for.
We'll save that for a week in the hobby.
For a week in the hobby, we'll take that one. Thanks, Michael. All right, man. So let's get it going. So we have here your unhealthy. I don't even know what to call it, but I mean it is pretty unhealthy, right? Like.
Oh yeah, it's definitely unhealthy.
All right,
definitely.
So we'll share for the people. Michael's unhealthy. I don't even know how to spell healthy. All right. Celtics segment. So give us a couple minutes. Tell us what has you been listening to when it comes to your Boston Celtics. I mean, they're doing okay, right? They're not bad.
We're doing all right. I'll give them that. I will say this though. Yeah. You take Gordon Hayward out of the starting lineup from last year and replace him with Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
In theory, you should have a better defense now.
Kind of. Yeah, you do.
In theory, you go from you go from a versatile 6'8" forward to an all NBA level defensive player. Like,
yes. Didn't do anything against the Lakers, but whatever. Yeah, I got you.
Well, I mean, we're not going to talk about that injury or anything. My big thing here is we went from a top 5 defense last year. I believe we're sitting 16th right now.
16th?
Yeah.
I think
which is terrible.
You gotta admit that one of the things that goes a lot into a defense is how quickly they go into their offense. That, in my opinion, has a lot to do with it. Because if you have a team that as soon as it gets a rebound or gets a steal and goes and scores, that helps your defense out. Which I'm going to be honest with you, when I was watching the Celtics the other night, they don't look all that great in transition. Like, they look great in the half-court offense. Transition, We got some I don't know what you want to call it, but it doesn't look great. Does that make sense?
So
Am I crazy, or did you know that?
no. So Boston has historically, even going back to Isaiah Thomas the years with Isaiah Thomas and Brad Stevens,
Yes.
transition has always been a struggle for Boston. Now that being said,
It didn't seem like when Gordon Hayward was there because they were like getting up and down the floor like it was crazy. I mean, he cherry picked,
so
but it's okay.
I mean, you have Kyrie Irving who pushes the tempo. Like Kyrie Irving, that's how he has to play.
Yeah.
Now you flip it. Kemba Walker doesn't have to play up tempo to score. He's a half court like beast. Put him in a pick and roll, and he's going to score for you more often than not. We can talk about that disappointing end of game shot from him in a minute.
Man.
I know you want to talk about it.
I do and I don't because I feel bad for Kemba. I feel like
So,
when Kemba plays against LeBron, his game's like lowers down. So
the thing with Boston again goes back to transition will always be an issue with us.
yes.
But it's not the transition offense that bothers me so much. It's our transition defense. Because with our transition defense, we watch them get the rebound. You would think, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, someone's going to get back. Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, Daniel Tice, somebody. But it seems like 3 or 4 people from whatever team will get back before 1 or 2 Celtics gets back, and it's just not good.
And you know what's the worst part about it? That if they could have, I don't know, if they could have like just a tiny bit faster, because the Lakers are not a fast team whatsoever. The Lakers are fucking slow. Like the Lakers,
they're
LeBron
old.
James is the MVP, but he's also chilling there on a fucking wheelchair. Like he's like rolling down the court, steps at the 3-point line, takes like a break. He like looks at people like hi, passes to Caruso. Caruso passes it back, and it's like it's time. He catches his breath. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it's not the Celtics. I mean, they were slow. Like and even okay. So I'm gonna put my input right here for Kemba because I was going for the Lakers because we made a bet, of course. And I'm a betting man. Actually, I did want to bet against you.
Yes, you did.
And as a betting man, Drew in the house saying go Lakers. Yeah, man, exactly. Kemba almost had.
This is my boy. That's a musician that I was telling you about.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
He has the right team for it. So I was rooting for the Lakers because I was about to win a bet, but Kemba's transition offense in the fast break, dude, the step back into it. It was all beautiful until he shot it, and then you could see like Jason Tatum didn't even get back on offense. He didn't even try. He just like, shit.
Oh yeah.
So
like that whole end of game, the defensive stand was beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful defensive stand. And then you had Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and the rest of the offense just kind of meh, and watched Kemba play basically a 1-on-3 for the final shot. Which I will say, Alex Caruso saved the Lakers on that because he out-hustled Kemba back.
Well, that's his. Alex Caruso has one job. Oh, my camera just went out. I'm coming back. So I think I still have sound. So Alex Caruso has one job for the Lakers. That job is to hustle, do dirty work, and like be a spark off the bench or starting lineup or whatever he does. We don't actually know his job. Alex Caruso is a Taysom Hill of the Lakers.
You mean Caruso?
Caruso, yeah, of course. He's my favorite player. I cannot find a dude's auto anywhere. I mean,
wait, they asked him for an auto?
I don't really know, but you have hope in the world. Like, it's like it's like you think there's this thing is out there. You don't really know. You never really tried it, but you're like, oh yeah, of course, somewhere out there there's an Alex Caruso like auto, right? He wears a jersey, does he?
Please tell me that they have an insert of him with the Showtime Lakers instead.
What's up, Andrew? Oh,
that card would be fire, and as a Celtics fan, I would even buy that.
Everybody, make sure you guys check out Bubblegum is Leather, by the way. Was that the movie The Shining? When at the end of The Shining, how it shows like the bad guy that he was like this ghost, this has been there.
Yeah,
that is Alex Caruso for the Lakers. He's been there the whole time.
Yeah,
we're just living in The Shining, and there's a picture of him somewhere on Genesis bus, like office. I don't know if do they have an office? Like, why would you have an office? But
Yeah.
Why would a GM have an office? You work from home, really. Whatever.
So, but going back to how Boston played, I will say the two highlights of that game, if I had to give two takeaways that were 100% positive, it's Semi Ojeleye.
Okay.
And his defense, because that boy, he will one-on-one anybody in the league because he's built like nothing else.
I do give props to him. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you some negatives, so you don't get positive. For your.
Well, I got one more positive, but go ahead and give negatives off of this one.
No. Give me your one more positive. Let's keep it positive and with the negatives.
So we had Aaron Nesmith.
Okay.
Isolation. Literally stuck on an island against LeBron.
That's that rookie. That's your boy, right? That's your boy, right? That's the new guy,
from Vanderbilt.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Got it. That's the card we're not selling right now because we're waiting for him to blow up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he was on an island against LeBron.
Yes.
Left 100% abandoned.
Okay.
And he forced LeBron to take a tough step back three, contested and all. And yes, bubblegum leather. I am giving Semi some props here. I mean, last year I was saying Tatum, trade him, get rid of him. But
this year it's a new.
He defends.
Yeah.
Defense matters.
It does. It does matter sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, so I have like two negative things for the Celtics. Pay up, buddy. I have like
don't worry, I got you.
For the Celtics, and I have like two things for the Lakers. For the Celtics, I don't know if it was by design. I don't know what happened, but I don't like the fact that Marcus Smart is guarding Anthony Davis. I don't feel comfortable with that.
So, okay, my counter for that is
it was probably a switch.
So it was I will guarantee you it was a switch.
Yes.
Or it was the semi-transition defense where they just stopped a fast break and everybody's just manning up against somebody.
Yep. And I'm like, I get it on a switch. It makes it a little more understandable, but I'm not so happy with how happy Marcus Smart is to be guarding a guy that's like twice his size.
But
it was an easy bucket every time. Here's
the flip side of that though. Like you put Marcus Smart on an island against Joel Embiid and it's okay.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is like 95 pounds. I don't care about for Joel Embiid. Yeah. Anthony Davis is not. Anthony Davis has been 96 pounds for like his whole life since Kentucky, right? So he crossed over the 100 pounds. I don't think. Also, how are we comparing Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid?
I mean,
we can't compare those two players.
No, it's unfair. You're right.
All right. So,
but speaking of that bet
for the Celtics.
Hang on. Speaking of that bet, before we leave the Celtics, because I am a man of my word, just as much as you are. So I have 4 cards here. The bet was a JT, but I was looking through my cards and I saw something that might catch your interest as well. So I'm going to let you pick out of these 4 cards which one you want to take as your spoils of victor. So we have just a common base silver mosaic, an employee of the month JT, an orange reactive JT, or as we were talking about Showtime, nice Irving Johnson. I will let you pick your spoils of war.
I just feel like that's just a reaction. You knew I was going to say that, right?
Yeah.
It just feels like more like my card. Yeah. I'm going to send that to PSA. I'm going to give that back to you for your birthday. All right. So I got one more bad take on the Celtics. They look very complacent. I'm not going to lie. They look very relaxed. They look like.
I think their issue is they're young and going to 3 out of the 4 Eastern Conference Finals. They kind of have that LeBron James mentality of, what does this really matter right now?
Yep.
But the flip side of that is, and this is going to be me being harsh on them, none of them are LeBron. No. None of them have that switch ability that they can do in the postseason where it's like, I'm not going to play 20 games this season, but watch what I do in the first round.
None of them can really step their game up and come out of the wheelchair like LeBron does. So whatever,
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah. Nobody can flip that switch. On the side of the Lakers, my two bad takes for the Lakers, we take a long time, I should say. It doesn't really matter, though. The Lakers, they ran the same play versus the Celtics, the same out-of-bounds play versus the Celtics that they did the night before versus the 76ers. Now, given it, so the 76ers and the Celtics, the game went almost exact way. What? Wait, you're gone. So, okay. I'll keep talking for my points for the people. My points for the Lakers, they ran the same. It was the same plays, the same time. It was the same type of game. Except for the 76ers, they did make it. They did make their shot and they did win the game. It was a shitty shot for the 76ers, but they made it. The Celtics did not perform in the pressure. Now, I don't know if it's lack of creativity. I don't know if it's lack of playmakers, but I just think that the Lakers should not fall into just another day of the office, which is kind of is, but at the same time, dude, if anybody watches you one time, if anybody watches these multiple times, it shouldn't be like just what you're doing on a daily. Like, do something with your lives. I don't know. I'm just saying the Lakers need to step up their playmaking ability, because seriously.
I mean, who's their playmaker outside of LeBron?
They have this guy. His name is so my other negative concept is, so LeBron James doesn't really care till the fourth quarter. Then they're asking people to do things they're not supposed to do. I don't know. The Lakers just seem.
Are you talking about KCP right now?
I don't care about. I don't. Not. You know what? We should move on to the next subject. How dare you bring up KCP?
I like this.
All right. Next up, we have. What's next in the schedule? What's next? Let's look at the brand for it. Let's go back to the schedule. We're done with the Celtics, with your unhealthy Celtics into it. Let's talk about the Knicks' number one defense, buddy. Let's talk about that. More than likely, because you know how much I like the Knicks, and you know that I really want them to make the playoffs. So by calling them the Knicks' best defense right now, or one of the best defenses right now, and not have a playoff spot, it hurts my heart.
I actually think they have a playoff spot.
No, they're right outside of it. The Hornets.
I think they're 8th.
No, I'm looking at it right now, buddy.
Oh, they fell out with their loss today.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect? Wait, oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah, I got it for you.
Yeah, so they fell out with the loss. Anyway,
which I do think they'll get back into it. I don't have any faith in the Hornets, so that's kind of a positive, right, on my side. I don't have any faith in the Hornets. LaMelo Ball is great. The dude, it's hilarious. He bounced the ball off some dude's face into it or back. It doesn't matter. Do you have faith in the Hornets? When was the last time the Hornets made the playoffs? Back when they had Jeremy Lin, Kemba
Walker, I think.
Al Jefferson was in there. Jeremy Lamb was there too for a little bit.
Yeah. So
Coach Rich was not injured.
I mean, is that guy ever going to play?
I think he's no longer with the Hornets.
I don't think he's in the league anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I think he fell out.
Let's just take it one quick second and Google where is Michael Quick. So, keep telling me about the Knicks defense. The Knicks have the number one defense, or that's the number one. The Knicks have a great defense. They're 9-12. So, do teams play down to their level? Either is their defense really good, or are we just looking at whatever positive things that we're just looking at false hope when it comes to the Knicks? We just want anything and everything that can bring us the Knicks for it.
So I'm going to bring up a conversation we had when we talked about how the Knicks really didn't do anything in the offseason.
Yes.
My flip side to that is I feel like they addressed the biggest weakness they could have addressed.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the league
this offseason.
Yeah.
Tibbs may be one of the best culture-setting coaches in the league.
We talked about that, and me and Andrew talked about that when he interviewed me for Bubblegum and Leather. Oh, by the way, make sure you guys go check out Bubblegum and Leather, new podcast episode on Spotify. Hey, man, we got sponsors now, so yeah.
Yeah.
Drink Gatorade.
Anyway, Tibbs fixing the culture in New York, I think, is a bigger plus than any free agent sign they could have had. Due to the fact that you look at the young guys they have on their team. They have RJ. They have Frank Ntilikina, who's a really good defensive guard.
I don't like
Spotty
that.
offense. Then you have Kevin Knox, who is like 6'8", 6'9", with like a 6'11" wingspan.
How come we don't point out that Kevin Knox is the guy that the Knicks drafted when they passed on Michael Porter Jr., who's dropping triple doubles on teams?
I mean,
are we going to talk about that?
But let's also talk about the fact that one went to a system that can actually develop players.
So Michael Porter Jr. would have never made it to the court if he played for the Knicks. Is that what you just told me?
No, I'm saying you wouldn't be looking at him in the same light. Because let's be honest, like you can put anybody in the Knicks. When Knox was drafted, you could put just about anybody on the Knicks, and they would look just as bad. You could put LeBron there, and it'd be like the Cavs all over again, where he would look good, but they're not going to go anywhere. But that's because it's LeBron.
That is true. I mean, Coach LeBron is out there.
So to go into it, you have Thibs getting all of these young guys,
yes,
to buy into something.
Yes, which is a lot better than what they were buying into before. And it wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't GameStop either. So I don't know what they were buying in there before. They were doing something with their lives. Oh, dude, are the Wizards about to beat the Nets?
When I looked, it was a close game.
Oh, dude, if I had YouTube TV, I will play the end of the game for us, for the people that were watching it and get blocked on Facebook again. That's what happened last time.
Anyway, the Knicks, they're actually buying into a system.
Yes, which is a team
which is what's crazy. Like, you get a bunch of players to buy into something. Look at Brad Stevens in his early years. Like, Isaiah Thomas was the 60th pick he was the best player.
Yes, but Isaiah Thomas showed flashes of what he could do with given the opportunity. Because when he was in Sacramento, he balled out, and when he went to the Phoenix Suns, he also balled out. Like, he showed that he could do it when he was given the confidence and the time for it. Now, yes, he did get injured at the worst at his peak,
yes,
and could never get back into it. Like, it's just was pretty realistic for him to get back to how high he was, not just confidence wise, but overall performance.
So I feel like the big issue, I mean, you're going to talk about people playing at their peak. People forget that RJ Barrett was going to be the projected number 1 overall pick, but he chose to stay at Duke and play with Zion.
Yeah, like, which it didn't not hurt him. Like, what
hurt him is he went to the Knicks. I mean,
yeah, like, and the same thing is like Cam Reddish. And it may have hurt Cam Reddish though, but now he's in a better place. The thing with RJ Barrett is like he's still a project in a sense. The sense that he's a project because you knew he's still like he's raw talent. He can shoot, but he can shoot sometimes. He's a playmaker, but he's a playmaker sometimes. He's big enough to run he runs a point forward. So we're calling him now. He can run. He can be a point forward when the team needs him to be. But to just throw him out like that and like the Knicks are doing it, the Wizards just beat the Nets. I don't even know if I'm happy or not, but it gets Russell Westbrook outscore Kevin Durant. Who cares? Whatever.
I mean, that just goes to show
that is
the vulnerability.
Win number 2 for the Washington Wizards, for those who are keeping track. Are they going to make it to 10? Dun, 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 dun. We will find out on tonight's episode, 2021. RJ, I really like RJ's game, but he's still so raw. Like, he is not as just like Zion Williamson is pretty raw, right? You know, Zion Williams hasn't peaked. Like,
but here's my flip. Here's my counter for like RJ.
Yeah,
he has an identity.
Yes.
Can he shoot the ball?
Sometimes.
He's streaky. Is he a very, very, very creative slasher? Yes. And I think that's where he's going to make his name in the league. He's a slasher, kind of like Russell Westbrook. He doesn't rely on his athleticism to just blow by people.
Yeah.
So his game's going to age really well.
Yes.
And look at what Tibbs did with the Chicago Bulls. Like, he's really good at developing people.
Every time you bring up Tibbs, you make one of the points that I made when I was being interviewed by Andrew a couple of days ago, and I completely and entirely agree with you. Like,
Well, it's like
Tibbs is my
you
coach.
can't argue with those points.
Yeah, and it's they're not just like valid points. Those are the points that. Oh, look, it even shows my name on it. I should been commenting on stuff. The Knicks have one more players and develop. My bad. I thought I was trying to be sneaky to sneak that one into the people. My bad, people. My bad. I thought
In the box just knows what's up.
Yeah, we know what's up. Tibbs he's my coach of the year. I'll say it right now. I don't know. Are we talking predictions today? I think we are. We may not.
If not, I mean, we can throw that one in there. He definitely deserves strong consideration for coach of the year.
No strong consideration bullshit, bro. He deserves coach of the year. I mean, he got the Knicks, bro. How many people have been to the Knicks? They try to get Carmelo to fix the Knicks. Patrick Ewing couldn't fix the Knicks. I mean, I want to say that Phil Jackson tried, but he was there for like a paycheck and vacation. Like, he was there on a holiday. I don't know.
Phil Jackson. Okay, so if we're going to talk about Carmelo trying to fix the Knicks,
yes,
you had two clashing forces trying to fix the Knicks. With Carmelo Anthony, who went there in his prime, and then Phil Jackson trying to force Carmelo to play a triangle offense, which wasn't a viable offense anymore.
I don't think it's I think it was great back then because it was innovative, but the more that teams try to I think it was great and it's still great, but it's not something that teams should try and copy. Like,
you have to have set players.
Let the pass be the pass, right? Let it go.
You have to have certain players in order to run a triangle offense, and they did not have them.
No, they did not at all. Like, they had players, I guess, in that type of sense for it. But I got
a question for you talking about top defenses. And this other one might surprise you, but they also have a top 5 defense in the league right now too. Who is more surprising for having a better defense? The Knicks or the Cavaliers?
The Cavaliers will make sense to have Andre Drummond. Should not be surprising anyways. Like, Andre Drummond is what, 7'6"? He's 7'5". It was like the same reason why Detroit Pistons were such a great defense teams for when he was there, when him and Greg Monroe were there. Like, I'm not surprised about the Cavaliers having a good defense. And now they have Jarrett Allen. Also, what's his name? Young Bull. Colin Sexton he's no slouch. Like, he's not going to back up to anybody.
So not to like switch this off of Knicks a little bit.
Yeah, we can take the Knicks banner off.
Do they stick with Sexton and try to make the Darius Garland thing work, or do they flip Garland?
I don't even know why Garland's playing. I will flip Garland so quick. I don't even like his attitude. I feel like Colin Sexton is more. If Colin Sexton was a bit more consistent with his mentality, like if Colin Sexton had like a second, or if Colin Sexton played for the Celtics, you would love that guy, because that was like when Terry Rozier was there, and Terry Rozier was feeding off Jason Tatum, feeding off Jaylen Brown. But Colin Sexton is out there looking for some type of motivation. It's not Kevin Love. Like, you can't look at Kevin Love and be like, yo, hey, can you like coach me? Like, put me under your, like, no. Can you imagine like Colin Sexton being young and having a mentor, like a true mentor?
Yeah.
Can you imagine him? Like, I don't care if it's Ricky Rubio. Fuck it, yellow. Put Ricky Rubio on the Cavs under Colin Sexton. Yeah.
Here, I know you already know I'm not a huge fan of this guy because of what he did with Boston, but give him Gordon Hayward.
Right? I mean, Gordon Hayward is doing a lot for LaMelo right now because he's cherry picking like none other, but he's doing a lot for LaMelo right now. So
he's able to show the young guys ins and outs that they probably never even thought about looking at before.
Because they haven't been there, and they haven't been there. All right, so we got to get to the Jazz since we're talking about defensive teams. Okay, I'm not. We got to. I don't want to. I hate talking about the. I hate talking about the Knicks because every time that we talk about them, they go out and they lose some games. I talked about them with Andrew Now they're out of the playoffs. They were in the 8th spot. Now they're out of the playoffs. We can't do it. We can't do it. We just got to go. Let's go into. I want to talk about the Jazz. 11-game winning streak. It ended with the Nuggets. Now, does it hurt more that it ended with the Nuggets, or was that like did they just push it to the limit? That's as far as we're going to be able to make it to go.
I think that you need to really start asking questions about how you have Royce O'Neal starting as your power forward.
Right, we're not questioning the lineup. We know the lineup is fucked up. Like we know
Well, no, like you want to talk about it coming to an end. Like I'm amazed that it went as long as it did with Royce O'Neal starting.
He's okay. So remember when Joe Ingles, when everybody started noticing Joe Ingles, and everybody complimented the coaching staff for the Utah Jazz, how they're great at developing players. They take players, they take project players, and they make them not above average. They make them like consistently average, right? Because Royce O'Neal is decent. Like he has the tools to be better. And same thing with Joe Ingles. Like Joe Ingles, he went from being a so-so shooter, showing flashes of a great shooter, to like, he just made three-pointers in a game. And we're still wondering who Joe Ingles is and how old he is, because he looked like he's 30. He looks like he's 62, right?
Yeah.
So, props to Joe Ingles. I like him.
I got a different question for you then, since we're gonna ignore that. The Jazz are still starting somebody who belongs as a role player on the bench.
Yeah, okay. So I have to. You can't question it because they won 11 games. Like that is justifiable that it work. Till somebody was really like, "Yo, what's going on here?" Let's see. They were confused. They were playing as like a magic show. They confused people, and all of a sudden, oh shit, who's that?
So I think this game brings it up more to the fact that we need to talk about Jokic being on an MVP level.
No, we don't.
Not right now. Not right now.
Never.
He's not running MVP level consistently. But I don't know what it is about matching up against former Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert. But it brings out the best in the Joker.
That's a matchup. That's a favorable matchup for him.
Because I'm going to give you this stat line. 47 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Yes.
But where it gets stupid, he shot 65% from the field, 100% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line on 10 free throws.
Yeah, so I don't know where you're going with this.
So, okay, here's the issue. Like, Jokic, the Denver offense is built with Jokic in mind.
Yes. How many times have we not seen him like have a perfect triple-double in like 3 quarters, not missing a shot with 0 turnovers? Like,
exactly.
This is nothing new. And versus the Jazz, it's just a favorable matchup. Like the thing is like it's going one-on-one with a guy that's your size, and Jokic knows that he's better than Gobert. Not just defensively, but offensively, because Gobert doesn't really have much of an offense, and Jokic knows that. So it's not like Jokic has to step out to the 3-point line. Like Gobert has to step out to the 3-point line for him. Like I don't see what Gobert does better than Jokic does. Like, so it's not an MVP level. He took advantage of a matchup. That's what he did.
Okay, so I bring up MVP level because if you look at his averages since he's been a starter in the league, you just go and we'll even look at his career averages. That brings up when he wasn't, doing the greatest. Well, like right now for the season, he's averaging 26, almost 27 points if you round, 12 if you round up for rebounds, and 9 assists if you round for freaking assists. Like,
yes.
We need the issue that I run into with bringing up Denver is everyone wants to talk about Jamal Murray.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's a guards league.
Yes, it is.
But we can't ignore the fact that, Jokic is their best player.
Well, that we can't ignore that fact. We're not going to deny it either. Like, we're not going to deny that Jokic is their best player. Like, the team runs off Jokic. Yes, the Gary Harris. Actually, Jamal Murray is great, but don't leave behind the job that Gary Harris does or the impact that Will Barton has on that team. Even Michael Porter Jr.
Oh yeah.
Like Denver is stacked for a reason, and they're stacked because they need to be stacked. They know they cannot run their full show of Jamal Murray every game. They know that they need Will Barton as a spark. They know that they need Gary Harris's defense and his offense to be able to make it work for Jamal Murray. But the offense really runs of Jokic, and that's what people say. It's like, yeah, when you watch them play, if it's like a half court, if they're in a transition, that's Murray, that's all the fast guys, because we know Jokic is not going to beat anybody out on a fast break. So,
no, I mean, I'm
right.
surprised that guy can run up and down the court. He looks so out of shape.
Oh, in the bubble, I felt bad for him. He just looked like he was hating life. It was 2 day in football for him, and he was playing center, and he was playing like a left, not a left tackle, a left offensive, whatever. And they kept running. Yeah, he was running O-line, and he was the guy that had to run in front of the running back. He was running in front of me, and he just like, dude, you need to just like break out on the other side. Don't choose the A gap. That's what I feel like.
My thing is I feel like Jokic gets slept on, and I feel like it's an issue. Like,
I don't think it's an issue. He gets slept on because he does it that way, and he doesn't perform in big games.
I mean, this is kind of a big game. I think his bigger issue is his team vanishes in the postseason.
Well, yeah, this is one of their bigger games, especially it should have been a bigger game for the Jazz because just like the Jazz have like a 3-1 lead on them, and they came back
and they blew it,
beat them, right? Now every time that the Jazz are playing the Nuggets, they know they have that mental, that mental what's it called, like a mental advantage for them.
Yeah, they have a mental block.
Yeah, they have a mental block. We got beat by the Denver Nuggets. And as soon as you go out there, I don't care if you're like a trash talking player or anything like that. But I'm going to be honest with you. If I went to the game and I don't know, the Nuggets were like up by 5, I would be like, yo, bro, remember when I would beat you? Yeah, like 3-1. Yeah, we're up by 5 now, but don't worry about it. This is, we're set, buddy. This is it. So they have that mental advantage over the Jazz. I give props to the Nuggets. Jokic, great player, one of the top players in the NBA for sure. Don't think he's an MVP level. I think this was a great matchup.
Nuggets, but they're also 7-3 in their last 10 games.
Yeah, like I give no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Nuggets don't deserve to be there or the Nuggets are like slacking or anything like that. I want the Nuggets to succeed. Like, I am a firm believer that I'm going to make some money for Jamal Murray cards. So with that in mind, I'm not being biased or anything like that. I'm not going to deny it to you. I think I have always liked the Nuggets. I have invested time into getting to know their Coach Malone, Mike Malone, and the players that they have developed, right?
Yeah.
And what they do this smart. He's a player's coach. Whether he's going to work in the playoffs, we don't really know just yet. But the thing about the Jazz is like Jazz have matchup problems. The Nuggets are matchup problems for them. Like, it's not just Jokic. Jamal Murray can go one-on-one with Donovan Mitchell, and he proved it, right? He proved it, right? So check it out. You have Jokic versus Gobert, right? And Jokic is going to take that matchup. You have Donovan Mitchell versus Jamal Murray, and that's going to be like a tie. That's not going. They'll go blow for blow. Like, each one of them.
That's heavyweights. Tyson Ali.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, like, as a basketball fan, I would love them to just go one-on-one, full court, whatever. Not even like, probably not full court. I'll get tired. But it's just one-on-one, not even win by 2. Like, win by 2, no 2-pointers. Everything's a 1 point. That's it. Just like, let them guys just go at it, right?
Yeah.
And then you have, who else are you going to bring up for the Jazz? Mike Conley versus Gary Harris. So I'm definitely going to give that matchup to Gary Harris.
Just because of Mike Conley's age, though.
Wait. Yeah, to his age, and also, like, it's Mike Conley's not the same player. Injuries. The NBA takes a toll on a Mike Conley in his prime. That's a whole different story. But then again, the Jazz will also have to play differently. Then what do you have left? Either you have Bogdan Bogdanovic versus Will Barton, or you have Joe Ingles. And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that, Bogdanovic and Joe Ingles may be the better 3-point shooter, but attacking the basket, I'm definitely going to give it to Will Barton.
Oh yeah.
Who do you want to be in the playoff? What do you mean, Royce O'Neal? Who do you want to take? Royce O'Neal as a project Royce O'Neal, or Michael Porter Jr. as a project Michael Porter Jr. project? Like, it's just a matchup problem. Like, the Jazz don't have enough firepower to be able to deal with them. That's it. And like, the Nuggets bench is legit, and Jordan Clarkson cannot be the only person that plays for the Jazz's bench.
Oh no, but yeah. I mean, we need to mention he should be in the running for 6th man of the year.
Of course, but he's not going to get it because LeBron's going to block that out because
LeBron's going to be like, Vito, you can't have it.
He's like, dude, where was that when I was playing with it? Hi. Hi. You just came in to kick it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Then let's get that. I was not expecting that.
Curveball left field.
Yeah, that came out of left field. So here we are. Let's go back to what we're talking about. The Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
It's a matchup problem. I don't see how the Jazz. Let's just say the Nuggets, they figured them out last year. They figured them out this year. Once you figure something out, it's over.
I feel like the Jazz are too much of a one-trick pony.
Yeah, they are. It's called the Donovan Mitchell pony. I love it. It's my favorite show.
Oh, give him the ball. Move out of the way. I mean,
yeah. It's like watching NCIS. Like, what's going to happen. Like, they're going to drag it out. And at the end of it, what's his name? Rick, James, what's his name?
I honestly don't even know.
The main guy, whatever. He used to play football, quarterback.
Anyway.
He'll figure it out. Yeah, he'll figure it out. Skippy will figure it out towards the end of the show.
So all I got to say, this is kind of going to bleed a little bit into a week in the hobby a little bit because I'm super freaking excited about this. But it's Jazz related, so I'm bringing it up now.
Yes.
Have you looked at the new card releases?
No.
And what they're going to be?
No. Hey. How are you, person that's now... See, your wife came in now. My wife came in. Hi, person that's now watching me.
My phone died and your kids are crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we're making cake. Sorry.
No, I love cake. You want to say hi to the people?
I don't look. She's
making me cookies right now. I love you so much.
Okay,
bye. So anyway. My bad. So where were we at?
They're doing. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick.
Okay.
Because this card layout is dope.
Speaking of like Jazz cards, where are the Jazz cards? I feel like they made like 6 of them and that was it. And none of them have Donovan Mitchell. I've only pulled one Donovan Mitchell card for myself. Now, for Tyler, I pulled a couple. Tyler did pull a couple of Donovan Mitchell cards, which was pretty dope for it.
I'm just going to go to Panini's Facebook page. It's faster that way.
Nothing wrong with that, right? All right. So while you look that up, let me look at the agenda. So let's see if we can start checking some things off the box. Michael's unhealthy segment. We talked about that. The Celtics took the L. I want to bet Knicks' #1 defense. It may not be enough to get him to the playoffs. The Jazz and the streak on it. It's just a matchup problem. Oh, yeah. We got to talk about the Heat and the Dallas Mavericks, by the way. Because
who are you more disappointed in is the question.
I'm not disappointed. I know this is just like some type of like weird unrealistic world that we live in which right now the truth is that the Dallas Mavericks and the Miami Heat do have a winning record, and we're blinded by.
Can't find these photos and it's going to make me upset. I might have to send them to you post pod, so I'm not taking up the entire pod trying to find a photo.
That's all right. I mean, I guess I only have one question when it comes to the Heat and the Mavs. Is it all hope gone? I mean, is there any hope left? Are we done? Are we done collecting Luka? Are we done with Tyler Hero? Are we done with Duncan? Because somebody tell me if we are.
So
tell me, because I need to start unloading a lot of cards.
I feel like Luka will forever be an exception to that rule.
Yes.
because he's like a LeBron in Cleveland. Regardless of how bad the team's playing, he's balling out.
Of course.
Like he's playing on another level.
I mean, he's
And then-
getting triple doubles. Yeah.
With the Heat, I think the bigger question is about Duncan Robinson. Because outside of shooting threes, what does he do?
He took a layup last time I watched him play. I was really surprised. But then again, we can't play that card on Duncan Robinson because he's not the greatest of defenders, but he'll keep up. Like he'll kick it.
So I think the bigger thing with me with Duncan Robinson is outside of them killing my Celtics last year. This is being unbiased with this statement.
That was more like Jimmy Butler. Like you guys did not.
Yeah,
you guys ran into a bully. Then Jimmy Butler ran into a bigger bully. That's really what happened.
Yeah. So
like usually the Celtics they play good teams. They beat good teams. They don't play against bullies. Like they don't play against bullies, and that's kind of
the issue I have with Duncan Robinson is he came in and like I feel like everybody's at a point right now where we can admit Miami making the finals last year was kind of a fluke.
No, it was not.
I'm gonna say it is, and this is the reason why.
How you can't just say that it is.
No, hang on. No. I'm gonna point out this isn't even about them matching up against Boston. You put them in the first round series in Milwaukee against Milwaukee.
I'll still take
that series is gonna play out differently.
I'll still take the Heat.
Not saying the Heat won't win it, but I'm saying what was a fluke about it is out of every organization, Pat Riley runs his organization like it's a military boot camp.
Yeah, and he just got the baddest sergeant in the whole armed forces. He got Jimmy motherfucking Butler at the highest of his peak.
He runs it like a boot camp. So
yeah, he does.
You send him to Orlando in a bubble, and it's like, oh hey guys, it's just another training camp for us.
That's
like
true.
now you take
basic.
You take Milwaukee, you take all these other teams, you throw them in the bubble, and they're like, dude, let's go turn on some 2K.
Yeah.
So you just gave them a very fortunate circumstance of making it there. I feel like, okay, let me rephrase that. Maybe not a fluke. Maybe we should just say they really overachieved.
I don't think they overachieved. They had first of all, let's put it out there before somebody else be like, well, before somebody else says it. Yes, we know that Giannis may have not been at 100%, which is true. But now he is, and now he got paid, and now the Bucks still suck. So do with that whatever you guys want with it. Whoever watches this, I know.
Yeah,
that was gonna get me on somebody, but I would have taken the Heat. Pat Riley runs it like a military camp. He has the drill sergeant. His name's Eric Spoelstra, and he's like the nice drill sergeant. You know, he's like, "Hey guys, we have yogurt at the DFAC, right?" You're like, "Oh shit, yogurt!" And then comes Pat Riley, and as soon as you eat the yogurt, he puts some hot sauce on it. So now you have hot sauce and yogurt, right?
Yeah.
Over here getting like nightmares from basic training. Like, oh, you guys want some hot sauce? Pop, like, I don't want any. I'm good. I just kidding.
Anyway, so I feel like for me, there's less panic around both teams than people are making it seem. Due to the fact that,
but I'm thinking about it.
I mean, there's a lot of people who are.
Yeah.
Miami, the talent's still there. Bam Adebayo's still there. Jimmy Butler just came back from missing a bunch of games.
Yes.
The Mavs.
The season's still young.
Yes, that's the other thing as well. Like the season's still really young. The Mavs, they have Luka. He's always going to be Luka. Like Luka's the modern day Larry Bird. He's the white boy who doesn't do anything like super fast or highly like athletic. He's just like, oh, hey, watch this. I'm going to do this slow-mo and tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and like tell you as I'm doing it. I don't know how he does it, but it's a beautiful concept. And his cards sell like crazy. He doesn't even dunk. Like
I've seen him dunk like twice.
Yeah, and one of them was in a video game. Don't lie.
Like, no, I've seen him dunk twice.
There was
the self alley-oop was in a video game. But
I know there was a highlight out there of him. He opened fast break. He looked like he was gonna dunk it, and like the last second, he was like, not just kidding, just laid it up. The bench went crazy. I loved it. Oh, that
anyway,
was fun.
I feel like for the Mavericks, they kind of have a similar thing. Like everyone's questioning KP, but KP can ball. He can ball. Now, if he can stay healthy, that's the real question.
My opinion, and well, actually, let me say this before we move any further into it. The Mavs, because we talked about it. I talked about it with Andrew, and my prediction is that they're gonna bring Bradley Beal in. They have to bring Bradley Beal in. Oh, was that what you were gonna say? My bad. You can go ahead and say it.
No. So I love the idea. I was listening to the podcast for that segment. Love the idea of trading KP for Bradley.
Thank you for not just being on the show, but also supporting the show. It's awesome.
So KP can ball. His question is issues with health. Can he stay healthy enough to play a full season of basketball and be there when it matters most? That's
so far it has been a no.
So far is no, but the jury's still out on it.
Yeah.
Now the bigger question with that is how's Rick Carlisle going to use KP now that KP's back? Is it going to be limited minutes, kind of like what Boston's doing with Kemba, like slowly ramping him up?
You don't have an option. You can't put him out there for like you can't. How do I say this? KP is not the guy that you can rush. You can't rush KP. Like it doesn't matter. Like dude is already awkward as it is, and he's a unicorn. You can't rush unicorns, right? And he is a unicorn. He can play defense. He can't protect the rim. He can't. We've seen it before he was hurt. So we saw it for like 3 games with the Knicks. Like he did great. But as a unicorn, he's also pretty fragile. And that's the problem.
He's very fragile.
Like Luka is the opposite of fragile. Luka is trying to get into fights with people that he doesn't even know. Like Luka's going to the wrong school and picking up on kids. Like, yo, what's up, man?
He's trying to fight Marcus Morris.
Yeah, Luka is trying to fight people for like no particular reason, right? Like it doesn't make any sense. But shout out to Luka. I hope you don't run into like a Ben Wallace on a good day, whatever.
Yeah. But
that would be like a whole different story. Like, but the unicorn is fragile, and I don't like saying that because it's not like a backhand fragile, but he doesn't want to go out there and like start sprinting. You know, he knows he's better. He knows he can shoot, and you got to take your time with him. And also, you want to take your time with him because you don't want to get him to like get himself re-injured, which is the most important part of it. Like you don't want him to get re-injured. So yeah,
he suffers from the LeBron syndrome as well, except for he's never healthy enough to turn it on.
So this is kind of like digging into our next topic for it. So how does this play out? How do the Heat and the play out into the conversation of the surprise or the disappointing team? Now, of course, they're both disappointing, but not yet. I feel like the season is still young enough for the Heat to get to the playoffs. And the Mavs, they're going to bring Bradley Beal in, and they're going to make some noise, right?
Yeah.
Am I the only person? Has the ESPN started talking about this shit for real? I don't care. Like, salary caps, whatever, bro, whatever. Take fucking Bradley Beal, put him in the Mavericks uniform. He's going to be happy. Make a wish happen. Bring Bradley Beal to the Mavs. Mark Cuban, make it happen. Shark Tank.
I think for them, they're more like leveling off, being kind of where they should have been. I mean, Dallas is kind of standing-wise disappointing, but that's because they're in the West. I mean, realistically. And then you have Miami, like, again, Jimmy Butler's out. Like, you put Jimmy Butler back in some of those games, they're only a game and a half out of the playoffs.
I mean, it's the easy. You can make it. You can make it to the playoffs with a 40 not a 40 and 42 anymore, but like whatever 76 divided in half and minus 2 on the plus wins and put it to the loss. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
You can get into the playoffs with a losing record in the East. Yeah, that's cool. And
but I mean, like, then you go to Dallas.
Really quick. If the Heat make it to the playoffs in the 8th seed, and let's say the Philadelphia 76ers are somehow still in the number 1 seed, who are you taking?
I will take the Heat because I do not trust Philadelphia in the postseason at all. Like, Philly should destroy Boston in the postseason. Ben Simmons matches up the best statistically against Jason Tatum.
Yes.
We have no one who can stop Joel Embiid, except for Joel Embiid himself.
Which it's not really that hard. It's just
No.
put him in a playoff situation. Just be like, hey man, you have to make this one shot and not tweet about
Yeah.
it. And he's done.
So
Perfect. So yeah, that was So we both agree.
yes.
And if the Heat somehow makes it to the playoffs and the 76ers are the number one team, we're both taking the Heat.
Yes.
This is why I like you, man. I kind of don't like you because I was hoping you said the Sixers so I could make fun of you, but I guess we're just gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna go back to surprising and disappointing team. Who's a surprising team for you?
A surprising team for me, and like it shouldn't be too surprising, but it is for me. Is the Sixers. Like,
what they do this every year?
They made those moves. They made the right moves.
That was a fluke. You can't.
But here's the thing, though. I'm going to go with them because if you watch how they play, like Doc Rivers is saying something to Ben Simmons and getting him to be like, oh, okay, like I really only have to take over for 4 or 5 minutes and let everybody else tire the shit out of themselves. Yeah, I'm good with this. Like it'll win them games.
The Knicks are the Knicks. Yeah, go. You go first. Then I'll say my.
Now, if they turn around and somehow, I'm not gonna pick them in a postseason. Like surprising, disappointing's like right now.
It's like thin ice, right?
Yeah, they're treading thin ice, and they're in a boat they've already been there before.
Right, and they do this every year. They get to the top and fall back down.
Yeah, they go to sleep. But I think the real surprise that we have to talk about, there's 2 of them.
Wait, real quick. You said your part about the 76ers. I just want to throw this out there. The only thing I have to say about your comment on picking the 76ers on a surprising team is that the 76ers are benefiting from the same thing the Knicks are benefiting. They have a real coach. Don't get me wrong. I mean, in my opinion, Doc Rivers, he'll get you to the postseason. He's not going to win it for you, but he'll get you there. He knows what it takes, and he'll get you there. That's what
he's living off of Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen is what Doc Rivers is doing.
Rajon Rondo, Eddie House.
Yes. So the 2 that I would say are the best, like, surprise stories. I'm going to do this to kind of toot your horn a little bit too. Is the Knicks and the Cavs. And that is because the Knicks right now, top 5 in defense, number 1 defense in the league, they're giving themselves a shot. Thibs has Julius Randle playing at an all-star level right now, which I feel wrong saying that. Julius Randle, an all-star.
I'm happy that he's at an all-star level. Who
and
is
then
make nonsense saying that Doc Rivers is a choke artist? How many times did the Clippers blow a 3-1 lead when they had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Andre Jordan all in their prime with the JJ Rig that couldn't miss, with an Eric Bledsoe and a Jamal Crawford? That was the 6 months of it. What? Doc Rivers is not a choke artist. My bad. My bad.
And then
I was threw the alley-oop to myself off the backboard.
I saw that. 2K and too much.
Not even.
And then the Cavs, I like that, they're a defensive team. Like, obviously, they're going to be a defensive team. They have the pieces in place to be a defensive team. They have veterans there to emphasize the importance of defense, regardless of if those veterans play it or not. But they also have Colin Sexton, who's getting the minutes that he needs, the shots he needs.
He's getting a chance.
They're giving him what he needs.
Yes, they are.
And that literally right now, if the playoffs started right now, they would be the 7th seed in the East.
Yes. And they'll get swept by the Nets. Or by whoever.
Yeah, they would get swept.
Yes.
I mean, the Nets might get tired and, James Harden might go get a cheeseburger or something, but, they're still going to win by 20.
I don't disagree with you. I do and I don't. But when I think about the Cavaliers, I just think that they're the better of a lot of bad teams. They're better than the Wizards because the Wizards sucks. They're better than the Pistons because Jeremy Grant is really their best player, not Blake Griffin for the Pistons. They're better than Toronto because Toronto is living off a dream and a hype, and the dream and a hype is over. Drake is gone and he's not coming back, and neither is Kawhi Leonard. So, Chicago Bulls either suffer from some type of injury or Levine drops like 50 points, then doesn't really do very much for the rest of the game. Like, he's a shot maker, but they don't really have very much for it. They don't have to have a lot of help for it.
I mean, but I also feel like the flip side of this is like,
how about now?
Cleveland is able to compete
Leave a comment
and put themselves in a position to try to win the games.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
And giving Colin Sexton those moments, though, is what they need to do.
Yes, not Garland. Very well stated. Now,
I will take Sexton over Garland any day of the week, but I do want Garland's card value to go up.
Wait, but it makes sense why the Cavaliers are better. They have been rebuilding for a longer time than a lot of the teams.
Yes.
They have been rebuilding longer than the Washington Wizards, who just started rebuilding, right?
Yes.
A lot longer than the Pistons, because the Pistons had a playoff teams a couple years ago. The Cavaliers have been rebuilding since LeBron left, which is like 3-4 years now. Aside from the Chicago Bulls, who never really stopped rebuilding, but they...
Will they ever stop rebuilding?
They have Kobe White. I don't understand why the Bulls are bad. I don't understand that. Like, I feel like they should be a good team. They should be somewhat decent.
They do need to be better than what they are.
Yeah.
Like, by a long shot. I'm not exactly sure what their issue is.
They have Kobe White and Zach LaVine, who are both capable of dropping. They drop buckets like those, but then again, they don't really have anybody. Maybe they just lack help. Speaking of your Cavaliers, by the way, real quick,
do they lack help though? They have Lauri Markkanen though. Like, people forgot he was a fringe all-star a couple years ago.
Yeah. I mean,
they just can't stop anybody.
Yeah. I mean, you're not expecting Zach LaVine to block any shots or Kobe White to do that. You're not. These guys have like one-track mind. They're out there to score.
Yeah.
They don't have a Robert Covington who's out there to play defense. They don't have anybody that plays defense. And Lauri Markkanen is a great shooter, not a great defender. So you can be tall and like still be a bad defender player. Speaking of your Cavaliers and the Knicks, the Cavaliers right now are down by 10 points to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So guess who might be coming up in the standings? Let's go Knicks. Take that spot back.
You won't take it from them losing though, because the 8th spot actually is Charlotte.
Yeah, but hey, man, let us be happy about it. The good thing is that
you're fighting for a spot.
Hey, it lost to the Cavaliers to still help with the Knicks. Speaking of the Timberwolves beating the Cavaliers, let's talk some rookies. James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, they played last week. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to give the matchup to James Wiseman. I don't care what they say. Wiseman is a fucking beast.
Wiseman, he should have never been blackballed out of college because they were. Memphis, yeah, but they were. Okay, they threatened to take his scholarship away because a booster gave his family member something. I mean, I get it. It's the NCAA, but like, it's been happening since the dawn of basketball.
Yeah, like I honestly, like if I was to play in the NBA and they'd be like, hey man, you gotta wait 2 years. I'm like, hey man, you want me to wait 2 years to get there? I don't want to get a job. Can you just hand me over a couple mils to my mom so she can live happily? It's a house, bro. Like how much is? We're not talking about a mansion. We're talking about a $200,000 to $3,000 house. Like, just let that shit go. NCAA is just getting greedy, and that's what they are. That's what they're about. In my opinion, I'm sorry, Twitch. Please don't block us out. We just started. This is only like episode 3. I love doing this shit. Like, I love it. But NCAA is fucking greedy, and they should be. They should be. They have a whole bunch of like money they're making without doing a fucking thing. What did they do? Tell me.
We can go into a whole side tangent on this, dude, because the league actually addressed the issue. I don't know if you know that.
What did the league say? Just remind me.
So, don't quote me on the year, but I think it's 2024. Teams will be able to draft straight out of high school again.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know. No. Oh, you're talking about the whole thing they did. Then they get to sponsor players and pay the players. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. But still, there's still like that doesn't happen. Was it 2024? What happens till then? And I'm pretty sure by 2024 they're gonna start making some like cuts to that. They're gonna be like, well, you can get sponsored, but we'll say you keep 35, and we'll keep the 75 for your school.
All right. But then you have the G League team. I think it's called Ignite.
Yeah.
Which is strictly built off of players who are coming straight out of high school who don't want to go to college and want to get paid to play.
Or maybe, you know what? Maybe it's more about the simple fact that players are getting smarter. Like kids are getting smarter. Kids got smart parents. They were like, hey man, I get it. College is a great option, but you know what's also a great fucking option? Europe.
Yeah.
And what happens when a kid from the United States of America, from playing basketball here, goes to Europe? I mean, how many kids in Europe are coming over here to come play semi-pro?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's gonna be there's gonna be a huge influx of talent.
Like, do you think these kids in Europe are getting better, but because they're just getting better? No, the kids are getting better over there because they have guys like LaMelo Ball, they have guys like RJ Hampton that are skipping college over here, taking the talent over there, making them better because it gives them like it's a different dynamic to their game, right? Europe game is very fundamental. It's not as free play as it is in the United States, right? Like I can't watch a Europe game because it's just boring. Like, what are you guys going to do? Oh shit, it's another fucking mid-range jump shot. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Whatever. Sorry, Europe. I hope, man. If that's the comment that's going to get us blocked. Whatever.
All right, I'm going to bring up, since we're talking about rookies.
Yes.
A sneaky pick for who I think.
Who's better? I'm gonna clip this part of it so you have like 30 seconds to answer. Who's better? Who will you take? Anthony Edwards or James Wiseman?
James Wiseman all day. I feel like he is the more rounded player, and Anthony Edwards has a lot of questions about his motor. I don't like players who have questions about their motor.
I love the fact that Anthony Edwards is just a great player. He's so comfortable, but I would definitely take James Wiseman over Anthony Edwards. That's the only other rookie that I like better, aside from Cole Anthony. But that's just a whole different story.
Yeah. That's your boy crush.
Is LaMelo Ball ever going to like do anything aside from be compared to like be better than his brother and do funny stuff?
I mean, like he is a ball. I mean, the real question is he ever going to make the starting lineup in Charlotte? Because that's going to.
No, So I wrote about that. I did some research on it. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Dude plays like 28 minutes into it. You got to start reading this stuff. All right.
I got a notification on my phone that I'm going to put out here because this is the epitome of why people were talking Brooklyn will not make the finals.
Yeah. Why?
Kyrie Irving on his defense versus Washington. I couldn't guard a stick today.
Did he say that?
That is word for word what he said.
Tell me that's a meme.
No, that is word for word what he said. I cannot guard a stick.
Send me the link on Facebook and I will post it.
I got you. Anyway, so going to a sneaky rookie of the year.
So
candidate.
I gotta look it up, man. I can't believe you now.
I just sent you the link.
We gotta pause the
Facebook Messenger
because we gotta look up some crazy things that Kyrie Irving said.
World's flat again.
Are you back? Welcome back. You were gone there for a second. So Kyrie Irving. Did you
send me the link on Facebook? I sent you on Messenger.
Okay, let me go to my Facebook quick. I'll post it up right here. Are you serious? Did he really say that?
Yeah. Bleacher Report popped up with a notification and told me.
This has to be a meme. This is a motherfucking meme. I'm dead serious, man.
I'm dead serious. I sent you the link.
All right. Fuck. There's the link. There's the fucking link. Oh man. Bleacher Report. Let's show the people what we're looking at right now. All right, so we're my slow computer going to look at this tweet. Kyrie on his defense versus the Warriors. I couldn't guard a stick today. Oh, my boy started Emmanuel quickly. Let's dive into the comments. It sounds a lot better.
Hey, hang on. All I gotta say is that top guy's name is the epitome of looping this back into the rookie talks because he's my sneaky pick for rookie of the year.
Congratulations, started Emmanuel quickly for replying to Bleacher Report. I don't know why you brought LeBron James into this thread regarding Kyrie Irving being a bum.
And he's mentioning the Bobcats, which aren't even a team anymore.
Yeah, and 7-59. I think we're missing some math there, or
unless it was the lockout season.
Is that lockout? No, wait. I guess they did have like 2 seasons under 10 games. So congratulations, buddy. We're not gonna give any more clout to these people.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
Emmanuel quickly.
Yeah.
Sneaky rookie of the year pick for me.
Not a rookie of the year, but he's gonna be legit for the Knicks. Like I don't think.
He should be cracking the starting lineup, and a backcourt of him and RJ will put up buckets for you.
He doesn't. He's playing for the Knicks, bro.
Bro, he dropped 25 on the Clippers defense.
I agree with you. I like him. I like him, and Obi Toppin should get more minutes. Mitchell Robinson needs to go back to his old ways and fouling out every other game so we can see Obi Toppin play. That is how I feel.
I mean, he shot 56% from the field. We won't talk about the 25% from three, but
we're not. That doesn't matter. He's playing for the Knicks.
Exactly. I mean, but here's the thing.
Yeah,
you're starting Reggie Bullock and Elfrid Payton. You're developing. Throw quickly in there.
Reggie Bullock is like the best 3-point shooter that forgets how to make 3-pointers in the game.
He's the best 3-point shooter when you're in the practice facility and nobody's watching.
Yeah, like the dude is legit. The dude is like a 69 on 2K and still has like a 98 3-point rating into it. Like it's impossible how that's such a man. Whatever. I do agree with you. I want the Knicks to do good, and I know their future is bright because of Tom Thibodeau, because of Obi Toppin, because of what Julius Randle is developing out there, because of what they're doing. They're going to do great. They're doing great. They're going to do great things. We got to stop talking about the Knicks before we jinx it all.
Quickly, man. I had to bring Quickly up. Like, I've been trying to find his cards.
I had a couple of them, and I do not know where I put them. So,
like, I've been hunting for his cards for, like, the past 2 weeks.
I think I may have his auto somewhere. Like, I have so many cards. Like,
all I got to say is if you have his auto, you might want to throw that up on eBay right now.
Dude, it's probably deep somewhere.
Speaking
of going deep somewhere, are we ready for a weekend of hobby?
Yes. All right.
Congratulations on me pulling 3 motherfucking Jamarans.
Oh.
All right, guys. By the way, welcome to this is if you guys. So this is a weekend of hobby, which I'm gonna edit and cut it. 3 Jamarans, buddy. I got the base, the tribute, and the other one.
Arriving now.
The arriving now. He arove. I don't think that's a word. 3 of them.
The only thing that made that better is the 3 Zions I got in the same break.
Yeah, right. Because you got the cracked eyes.
Yeah, blue cracked eyes.
I think thanks to Kobe White and the rest of the team that I had, I make him out winning by like a tiny little bit. Like Kobe White's string hairs saved me on that break.
All I gotta say is like I got a blue cracked eyes Nickeil Alexander-Walker to go with that blue cracked eyes Zion.
I got one of those.
Those 2 might look really good on eBay after they get graded.
Oh man, I did not put our eBay links on this one. So after this podcast, I will make sure to add your eBay information so that people can support you as well, can support IntheBox Collection, and also support Rocky Mountain Sports Cards. Oh, real quick, man, you know what? Real quick, we skipped the Super Bowl. Be honest. Are you
Yes.
watching the Super Bowl?
I'm going to. I have a lot of family that are football fans, so
Yeah.
kind
I
of
mean,
have to a little bit.
All right, cool. Same here. I'll be there for the food and to try to piss somebody off and make a bet. Like, yeah. So just move on back to the week in the hobby.
Nice, sure.
Man, we're back into the week in the hobby. 3 Science, 3 Time Rats. So I just dropped a whole bunch of shit. Whatever.
Hey, there's your manual quickly on the floor.
No, it's not there. I looked and stuff. I know that I got it. It's like kind of like my Cassius Stanley, and I'm still waiting for Cassius Stanley to do something with his life.
Yeah,
Skylar
I
May
mean,
Auto. Like, bro, like, dude, like, I get it, man. You're made it to the NBA. You should be happy. Now I need you to drop 30 fucking points because I need to pay for my little school girl. I need to pay for my girl's school. Like, it's coming up, right? It's the first of the month. We need to sell some shit. So,
all right. So for a week in the hobby, because this is going to tie into Super Bowl weekend and also card collecting.
oh, Tom Brady cards are amazing. Like, if you have I sold a Tom Brady card today. I couldn't sell the card like a month ago for $1. I sold it today for 25. I'm sorry if the guy who bought it from me, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't even know you back then. I would have given it to you for $1. It's a pink.
Tom Brady had an autographed rookie card sell 6 days ago for $555,988.
My man's gonna lose the Super Bowl and his card. The person that bought the card is gonna be like, my bad. Was it Jake Paul? I hate one of the Paul brothers.
It doesn't say who it was. It was a private bidder on eBay.
Yeah, that dude is. It's probably Gary Vaynerchuk. I love Gary V. He would do some dumb shit like that. I'll watch it on his Twitter here in a little bit.
Yeah.
His, TikTok. I don't. You know how I feel about Tom Brady cards right now is how I feel about Randy Arozarena. Like when he was having a great. I don't know. Do you watch baseball?
No.
Okay, Randy
I can't watch
Arozarena
baseball.
had like
It's too slow.
6 good games with the Tampa Bay. He had a stellar playoff run with the Tampa Bay Rays. Dude's car blew up the fucking market like it was a fucking like it was C4 in a really small tent.
Yeah.
It just blew up like it was overheated, blew up. I don't think that his car is gonna. I don't think he's gonna do that great once the season comes. I think it's about the hype and about the simple fact that somebody saw Tom Brady win that game and he was like, "Yo." Just the same thing they did with GameStop and the stock market. By the way,
Yeah.
I love the fact the stock market is great. I still don't feel like I should put my $5 into the stock market because I bought cards already, and I don't think Thomas would really like playing with his money when I'm like buying breaks and shit. So yeah. So
you're gonna buy into more breaks before you buy.
Like, why would I buy into the stock market when I can just buy into Thomas's break? Like whatever, dude. Yeah. Tom Brady, the Buccaneers. I get why you would do it if you had the money. Like the dude who bought it, obviously he doesn't have to work on his podcast and like share his shit to like 1,000 places. Like dude's somewhere on a pool, be like, oh yeah, I have a private seller, like whatever, 500, whatever.
Excuse me, this isn't a Cuban.
Yeah, he just bought like 3 of my houses right there. Black. Yeah, he paid my mortgage, my car, my student loans. Perfect. Congratulations, buddy. He's not struggling right now. He's doing great. He probably used all that GameStop money for it. But if Tom Brady loses the Super Bowl, how much is that car going to sell for and doesn't retire? Like if Tom Brady loses the Super Bowl, comes back next year, what are we talking about in value-wise?
I feel like it's going to depend on how that season goes. Because where Tom Brady's sitting right now, if he wins the Super Bowl, he is going to go down as the undeniable GOAT in football.
He's already the GOAT in football. Like this,
he already is, but there's people who will argue.
50% chance. The same people that will argue that LeBron and the whole LeBron, Jordan, Kobe argument, whatever, dude. Like my man on Twitter's over here just talking about Kyrie Irving not being able to play defense. My man, I'd rather never watch LeBron play again. Like, fuck out of here, dude. Like, like it was funny, but at the end of the day, like, what did you really contribute? You fed LeBron James' ego. Like, the people that hate on great players like LeBron James and like Tom Brady, maybe they just wish they had that guy in their team.
Right? Like, I mean, For me, like I honestly don't feel like it's gonna hurt the card's value tremendously. Like he might lose a couple grand on it, which
He'll
for me and
celebrate.
you,
Yeah.
like we're gonna be like, oh my god, I just lost 3 grand on this card. The guy just dropped almost 600K on that card. He's gonna be like, oh, look, I just lost. Hang on, honey. Like, go get my coin purse. Let me get this card value back. Like, he's not gonna care.
He's like, you got PayPal? I bought PayPal so I could pay you. I bought PayPal.
Like he doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't
that he
care.
lost a few grand on the card's value. Like Tom Brady solidified his legacy enough. Yeah. When Tom Brady gets to the Hall of Fame, that card's probably going to sell for over $1 million.
I mean, he'll keep it So if he wins the Super Bowl, do you resell it back for $1 million? Or I mean, obviously, if he doesn't win it, he'll probably going to keep it 2 more years. Wait for Tom Brady to get announced as a anonymous vote to the Hall of Fame for it. So yeah, so it's not a bad buy. At the same time, why don't you buy some Emmanuel Quicklys for like $10 and hold it?
Turn around and flip them at the end of the year.
Right? You'll make yourself a good $50.
Here's the real question.
Hey.
What rookies are you looking at getting to buy their cards? Or here, not even rookies. Which players' cards are you looking at?
All right, which sport are we talking about? We're talking baseball.
We'll keep it with football for now because like not football, basketball, because football's wrapping up. I honestly don't pay a lick of attention to baseball. Like if I got a baseball card, I'd probably call you and be like, hey, what's the best offer you can give me for these 5,000 cards?
You're probably gonna call me and be like, hey man, I don't know what's going on here. Like I'm like, I'll take it.
I'd be like, hey, so I got this guy named Baby Roof.
I don't know who Baby is, but I'll take it. Is it an auto number 1 of 1?
So
it has
like
a little bit of sand and alcohol. It smells like weed and cocaine on it. Fuck it, yeah. Sleeve that shit up and send that to me.
So, what basketball cards are you looking at?
Basketball cards. Definitely looking at anything and everything that has LaMelo's Ball's name on it. Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman. Of course, those are the obvious ones, and then. Rookie wise, you're gonna wait for NBA hoops to come out, right? And
yes.
I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like a bit of a hypocrite for saying this, but LaMelo Ball rookie card, because just like Lonzo, the dude carries a clout with him that doesn't matter how he performs on the court, his value is not going to like go down for the next couple of years, right?
He's got the fangirls behind him.
Yes. Michael Porter Jr., people are sleeping on him. Another card that I'm looking for is pains me to say this, but it's really tough because we're at a point in the hobby and everybody wants the rookies, right? Yeah. And yeah, you want the James Wiseman, you want the Anthony Edwards, you want the LaMelo, but this guy that's going to make you money. But I mean, I'm going to give you my obvious answer is Cole Anthony. I'm hustling some guy for some Cole Anthony autos, and he's like playing hard to get. I'm like, dude, just tell me your price and get it. Then he tried to rob me for something else, but I'll talk to him later. Hopefully he's not watching the podcast. I'm sorry, dude. Like you did. It was a bit of a stretch, but I'm like, you can't do that. I want to go with like Cole Anthony because my honest opinion is like Cole Anthony is going to be what Kobe White is right now. That's my expectations for Cole Anthony. Like it doesn't matter if his team is winning or not. For whatever reason, we love Kobe White. I mean, tell me one good reason aside from the fact that he can score. He's a pure scorer. Why do we love Kobe White? What does Kobe White has what does Kobe? Does he have a personality? I never heard him speak. I have never heard Kobe White speak.
Better question is what does Kobe White do that Zach LaVine doesn't?
Exactly. Or Jamal Murray or Gary Harris. Shit, is it Jeremiah or Jamiah Rank? One of the Grant brothers. Whoever Grant brother is playing for the Pistons right now, he's balling out.
Yeah.
And he's like Kobe White. He's balling out. And I give props to Kobe White. I like Kobe White, but why are we so hype about Kobe White? I don't know. But the guy that I'm hunting for right now, Cole Anthony, he's a horrible player. I will take all the cards that you guys have for Cole Anthony. Dude is trash. He came out of UNC. Didn't even have a winning record that season. Like, dude's trash. Didn't even make it to the NCAA tournament. So all of the Cole Anthony cards, I'll take him out a penny. Thank you very much. And if they're pink, I don't know why, but I really like the pink cards. My wife really liked the pink cards, but they suck. They suck. So send them to me. Yeah.
I mean, like that pink Darius Garland that I'm getting.
Oh yeah, this is sexy. Yeah. I think he just texted. I think he just heard my podcast. Give me a second.
Anyway, are you avoiding any veteran cards right now?
I don't know why, but in the hobby, something about cards, they don't like veterans, which I don't understand, because I like, as a basketball fan, you like veterans, right? You want guys that have solidified themselves into the hobby. People don't like veterans. Like, people don't want a Giannis card. Like, people don't want that. People don't want even like a Wesley Matthews. People don't want a, like, in football, it'll be like Aaron Rodgers. Like, Aaron Rodgers, nobody cares for Aaron Rodgers. People know that Aaron Rodgers is one of the greats. Like, playing right now, they don't really care for him. Like a Jimmy Butler card. Like, Jimmy Butler should be. You should keep a collection of Jimmy Butler and when he started, like Bulls, Wolves, 76ers, and now with the Heat. You should have that. Like, that should be your colors, not 12 variations of the same card.
Yeah.
But people don't like veterans. They want to see, unless it's like LeBron, yeah. But even like Anthony Davis cards, they don't hold a lot of weight, which is weird, because Anthony Davis is the future in the Lakers, right? That is the way that's happening. Like, LBJ is going to pass the torch to LeBron James, right? Even like your boy Jason Tatum, he's now a veteran. Like, people want Jason Tatum rookies, and I get it, because I don't get it. Actually, I don't. I need somebody that watches the episode and tell me why. Actually, I get the reason why it's the rookies, and the reason why it's just like that Tom Brady rookie card that sold for like $500,000, like your house, my house, and like my mother-in-law's house, all put together. Those are cards and college bills. Like, that is the reason why people want the rookies. I get that, but you should appreciate a Jimmy Butler card. You should appreciate it pains me to say this, but like Kevin Durant cards are nice. Like, dude is legit.
So, I'm going to ask you this question more as a futurist thing, because this hobby's booming, obviously, because you can't go to the store and buy cards. Do you feel like we're going to hit a point where there's going to be a shift in that pandemonium where, those cards aren't sought after anymore, but people start realizing, like, this guy's a guaranteed lock for the Hall of Fame. So people start hoarding his cards waiting for the Hall of Fame lock, regardless of the year.
Carmelo. There you go. Carmelo. Like, Carmelo is like dying out. Carmelo is like, people are making fun of Carmelo. Exactly. Yeah, I see what you were doing there. I should buy that card from you, like, right now. You came to my house. You saw I showed you my Carmelo stash. It's like, that's not even like half of it. I mean, that is what you do. That's how you take advantage of the market, which people don't like. Flippers won't tell you that. Flippers are trying to sell you on rip and ship and sell you on, hey, buy into my break, buy this. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I build checklists for a reason. My checklists are full. You know why? Because I have every rookie from that class. And I didn't have duplicates, right? So let's say, I don't know, if somebody decides to step their game up, just like football or any sport, right? If somebody decides to step their game up, drop 40, 50 points on them, Tyrese Maxey, could you please start fucking scoring again, bro? Because I was going to sell you, but now I can't because you dropped 30 and your price didn't go up. So I didn't, whatever. So yeah, Tyrese Maxey, buddy, why don't you do me a favor and become the next James Harden for a little bit? I have your NBA draft prism cards. Just want to let you know that. Whole bunch of colors, Crusade. Yeah. So yeah, but it's a beautiful thing. Like, that's what separates collectors, flippers, and business people. If you're a collector, you're also like a businessman, because you know what you have, right?
Yeah.
You know you're not depending on Walmart. You know you're not depending on some shit. Like real collectors, like, they die and their daughters and sons finds their boxes and they're like, holy shit, this dude had a Derek Jeter auto. This dude had he had a
this guy has a hoarding problem. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, like, he has a hoarding problem. Like, no, dude, that dude has a Michael Jordan card that's been like sprinkled with cocaine and like sweat from like Pippin. I don't care. The point is like it has value, right?
It has Dennis
value to the
Rodman's hair dye
collector,
on
and
it.
he's not just trying to flip it, huh? Yeah. it's one of those things like it separates the collector, separates the flippers. The flippers are gonna make a quick buck. Like the flippers, you're a flipper, you got there at the right time, either that or you gotta hook up with the Walmart lady or the Fred Meyer's lady or the Target lady. Congratulations, buddy. You like get it. I mean, you have a short-term moneymaker. Collectors, them dudes are living good. Like I know a couple of guys that are collectors. Like I'm not gonna say his name, but this dude, he's shown me his collection on Facebook. He has a good job, lives a good life. Dude buys so many boxes from me because he just like ripping stuff, and he doesn't care about prices. And I like him. I'm like, dude, like, why do you want so much of it? Like, what are you gonna do with it? Yeah, he's gonna sit down, man, drink some whiskey, and have fun with it. That's where I want to be.
So I feel like I feel like you're selling the point of hobbies, flippers, and all of that. But
yeah, I mean, bro, that's what I'm about. I got Tessie to buy into it. Tessie's over here, like every time we go anywhere, she's like, "How much is that?" I taught her how to look stuff on eBay the other day. She was like, "So you just look him up by name and the brand?" I'm like, "Yeah, baby, just look him up." She was like, "Oh, we got some. This one's shiny. How much is this one worth?" So,
my wife's getting there too. It's okay.
Oh, dude, and that's the thing. Like if you can sell something on people that is not just the money, but like there's value here and there's like long-term value, I think that really matters.
So I'm not gonna lie, I have a Jason Tatum card. Its comp right now on eBay raw is almost $100, like $93.
Yeah.
You want to know where it's sitting right now?
Hopefully in a shelf somewhere, like away from everybody.
So it is in a double penny sleeve. So it's covered top and bottom, loaded into a top loader, and then put on my wife's vanity mirror because she thinks the card's pretty.
Right. Tessie has like Kobe cards on her desk. It's like, I don't know why, but I'll show you what my best card looks like right now. So I have my best card wrapped in bubble wrap, right?
Yeah.
In a secure place that only I know the password to it. Wrapped in bubble wrap.
Don't forget the biometrics.
Yeah. It's a PSA 10. I know you don't know a lot of baseball, Jason Dominguez, but this kid is the fucking future. Like this kid is supposedly purple, number 196 out of 250. That is not a like a high number, low number card.
Yeah.
But if I'm keeping this as a PSA 10 that I pay for, that I rushed it there.
Yeah.
This is it. Like this is gonna be me just looking at my kids out there, like they're all like starving. I'm like, it's okay. Just me and Jason over here.
I can't. This one's got to stay with me, my precious.
Oh, my kids are gonna be like, Daddy, we gotta pay the mortgage. Spend so much time doing podcasts and not selling any cars. I'm like, but Jason, he doesn't even know my name.
He doesn't know me, but I know everything about him except his social.
I mean, it's easy. Just give him a call. Hey, I'm calling from the IRS. Can I have your social? And people will give it to you. But that's regardless. Weekend Hobby. How was your weekend sales? How did you do in sales? I like talking to Weekend Hobby. Like, did you have a good weekend sales?
So I'm actually got a Raz that's finishing up that we're actually gonna run.
The John Morant?
Yeah. I literally 3 people filled it up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And then I have, some stuff on eBay, but I haven't posted a whole lot because I've spent more time organizing my cards today than anything. Something about I bought 2 mystery lots just because, $7, why not?
Yeah.
But, I have a Joe Burrow that's going to end tomorrow.
I don't like mystery lot. I don't like mystery packs.
So I'm not a huge fan of them either, but this one was more of a like drunk on New Year's, might as well.
Yeah, we opened. I spent like $60 on like a $250 card into it that came back with like a Dominic Wilkins PSA 10, which is not bad, but like.
I mean, I spent $7 on this.
Yeah, like this, you have to have that. Like I have a whole drawer. And
Yeah.
I
So I
think
mean,
that's necessary in the world. Like you have to have that.
so I'm waiting for the Joe Burrow lot to finish up. So sales this week actually has nothing,
Hmm.
but turn around this next week, like
You did
this
great.
Joe Burrow card, I'm pretty sure is going to blow up here in the next 24 hours because it only has a day left.
Yeah, I think that's how they do it, man. I had a couple cards do that to me. In terms of Rocky Monster Sports Cards, we are steady selling on eBay. So I want to thank you guys all for your support. Oh yeah, so really quick for the people that are watching the Weekend of Hobby for us, check out Rocky Monster Sports Cards on Facebook, YouTube, eBay. I believe the Rocky Monster Sports Cards, the GMA cards they get here either tomorrow or Tuesday. I think it's tomorrow, which means Rocky Monster Sports will be dropping a new video or maybe going live. I did in the box collection is always solid. We focus on the box collection is less about selling cards and more about creating content, which is the reason why we do the podcast for it. In the box collection also does pretty good. Like I need to make. Yeah.
Your in the box is more so Rocky Mountain's more about the selling, buying, trading, all
Yeah,
that.
like
In
the
the
Rocky
box is
Monster
more
Sports
about
was.
developing those relationships with
Yes,
other
exactly.
people.
Thank you for not having to explain that. Like I have to explain it to some people. Yes. So in the box collection is like we are going into the content. We're like bringing people in. We sell the cards at Rocky Mountain Sports Cards. We did the team breaks. Did you show your
Yeah.
cookies? My wife's making me cookies, man. So
No, my wife just came over and she's like, "It's been over an hour."
oh, we're almost done. We're almost
Can I
done.
say, can I have my husband back?
Almost 5 more minutes. We'll do the closing statements. We don't get a lot of time. We don't get a lot of quality time.
I'm just messing.
I worked out with my wife yesterday, so she's making cookies, which means that I don't go in the kitchen when she make cookies. I just eat them.
I mean, I got a bag of chocolate chip cookies from my wife's grandmother in front of me, so I know how you're feeling.
Cheers. I feel like every time our wives comes into the podcast, it makes it that much better because we're both like, hi.
I didn't buy anything, I promise.
I'm just playing with my friends in a good way and not Call of Duty, which is great. But yeah, Rocky Monster Sports Cards, going back to that little weekend hobby. Rocky Monster Sports Cards is the one to do a lot of the breaks, a lot of the different things like that. In the box collection is more of the content creation for it. And yeah, Rocky Monster, they do great for like ribbon ships and shit like that. So yeah, thank you. And also, you need to give me your links to all your stuff so you can check it out so the people can see it and like they can support you because we do this for fun, but at the same time, I need to make enough sales in the box collection so it pays so that way I can stream on like 3 different places and just take away people. So yeah.
I'll get everything set up and send you links and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still probably 2 weeks out before I get everything created, but it'll be there.
No rush, man. No rush. Don't rush it. Closing statements for a weekend of hobby. So, sell everything as NBA Draft Prism.
Hang on.
I'm going to say it this week. Yes.
I got to send an apology out to little Mr. Matthew. I don't know who you are, but Francis obviously knows you. Obi Toppin cards, value up or down?
Oh, yeah. Throw back to up. Of course. Obi Toppin. Knicks. Obi Toppin card value, up or down. Now, the reason why his cards were low was because he was injured a couple games into the season. Now he's getting playing time. Now you saw him on Instagram and on Twitter doing dunking and stuff. So, like, the dude was a beast at Dayton running the floor. He's a sneaky shooter, but he's a big boy. And New York loves the big boys. So, is that a chicken nugget or is that a cookie?
That is a cookie.
That looks like a chicken nugget. I was going to get you some barbecue. So, to answer Matthew's questions, Obi Toppin card values definitely up. Without a doubt. I'm going to clip this. Matthew, I'm going to clip this just for you. Obi Toppin cards up. Like, it's the Knicks. They're already at the bottom. You can only go higher for now.
I'm going to add to this Obi Toppin cards. Wait until the end of the season for the all rookie teams to be announced. Then you sell them. Only your duplicates, though.
Yeah, of course. You got to keep the rookies to make sure you can sell them in like 20 years when.
Yeah, you got to have that Tom Brady rookie card.
Yeah, for like what, $500,000. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, Obi Toppin's definitely going to come up. Emmanuel quickly. Obviously, the NBA is not shining enough on any other rookies. They're not getting enough. Tyrese Halliburton is having some great games, not getting enough.
Tyrese Halliburton, like no one's talking about him, but he's like low key balling out of his mind, like living up to every expectation he had.
Yeah.
But he's on the Kings, so everyone's like, meh.
Yeah, whatever. Marvin Bagley.
Like Anthony Edwards, the only reason we talk about him is because he was the number 1 overall pick.
I kind of, in a sense, yeah. Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
But I mean, he's on the Timberwolves.
I love his game. His game is so comfortable. He's such athletic. Like, he is a beast. I like Anthony Edwards. His motors, you got to question that, but that's okay, though. Another rookie that's having Tyrese Maxey. We're not talking about him enough.
I think he's going to be super streaky.
He's playing for the 76ers, and Doc Rivers developing young players. Did he kind of develop Eric Bledsoe or no? Kind of?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. There's not. It's like Rui Hashimura, right? And like he plays for the Wizards. But how many other people that play for the Wizards do you know? Like Deni Avdija, do you know who he plays for?
Yeah.
Who does he play for?
I actually want to PC a bunch of Deni Avdija's cards.
I got a ton.
I can even tell you where he came from.
Was it some country? I know the flag is like white and blue. I don't want to say it because it sounds. If I say it, it's going to sound like super. I'm either going to sound racist or illiterate. So
he played in Israel.
That's what it was. Yeah, he played in Israel. My bad for I knew that, but I didn't necessarily know that because. Yeah,
the flag you're talking about.
Yeah, that one. I told you it was like red and blue. Like, let's be. Hey, come on, man. We are in. Actually, can we say that we're in the army on this or no?
I mean,
right? I guess I already
sure.
did. My bad.
You've already exposed it, so man.
Yeah, my bad.
Full send.
In our job, like, what do we care for? Like 8-digit grids and like colors from like 2 clicks away. Do we look for anything else? That's
Not
it.
really.
We're color. We know 3 colors, so. Yeah, like, can you imagine if somebody asks, "Hey, what color of smoke would you like?" We'd be like, "Wait, what?" Just
wait, we have options.
Just throw some shit on, bro. But I hope that clip doesn't make it anywhere. I need to clip that. Okay, so yeah.
Well, it's okay. So going back to wrapping it up with rookies that don't get talked about. Keldon Johnson is the epitome of rookies that do not get talked about.
You know what's funny? That like that kid is balling out. Like and I always forget about him. Like I forget that I'm gonna be honest with you. I completely and entirely forget that there's a basketball team in San Antonio.
Yeah. Like
oh man,
yeah. Their fall from grace was not pretty.
I mean, they didn't really fall. They were relevant because you thought about San Antonio knowing they were going to make it to the playoffs. Like you knew there were really 7 spots in the West because some random team was going to, not a random team, but some team already had they had like prepaid tickets. Like they had season tickets to the playoffs thanks to Greg Popovich.
So I'm going to say their fall was pretty harsh though. Like Tony Parker, Manu, Timmy, they all left. Then they had the whole sabbatical with Kawhi, and everyone's like, "Ooh, we got to watch this because everyone loves drama."
I don't.
And then
think they fell from anywhere.
They were done.
I don't think they fell from anywhere. I think that it ended. That's it. Like they're yeah, that was it. They ended. Like it was watching because you're watching a movie and it's been like an hour and a half to a movie, and it has to end. Like all the great shit has to end. And unfortunately, they will be like, "Oh yeah, Jimmy died. Tony Parker went to France and continued his life as a rapper. Nobody knows what happened to Robinson.
So I'm
Manu
gonna say
Ginobili said some English
they
words and bounds.
they had the pieces to keep it going,
Yeah, but
but they messed it up.
I don't think they messed it up. I think they were like, yo, we need to get this shit over with. Like, it was great while it lasted. We need to just end it. That's it. Just
They
end
had
it.
okay. So how do you feel about Lonnie Walker cards to keep it going with the cards?
Lonnie Walker, you know he's streaky. Like I liked him a lot better now that he cut his hair. I think he's a lot better player now.
Yes.
I don't know how that's relevant to his performance, but he is playing better with the haircut. I don't know. Whatever. The thing with San Antonio is like none of those guys can get any shine. None of them guys, they're not gonna throw him back to the era of Robinson, of Duncan, of Tony Parker, or even when George Hill got there, or Manu
So, but
Ginobili,
here's the thing: they had Lonnie Walker, DeJounte
Yes.
Murray, Patty Mills, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge. They had all of those pieces. That's it.
Brent
That's
Forbes is a beast.
and yeah, I didn't even mention him.
Yeah,
Like
you just forget this is a team in San Antonio. Honestly,
yeah, like they would have had a solid team had they not screwed up the Kawhi sabbatical.
I don't
But that's
think they screwed it
that's
up.
a different podcast.
I just think they were like, hey man, this was great. We've been at it for 20 years. It's not gonna get better than that. With Kawhi Leonard, they were still just gonna be a great team in the West. That's it. They were not gonna make it to a championship. Kawhi was not gonna be able to do it by himself. Do we really care that he left anymore? We're just happy he's losing with the Clippers, right?
Yeah. Like
It was come on, man. Like if you hadn't brought up some guy that you think is gonna be your he's gonna be your 20-year rookie card.
oh
When he
no,
makes
definitely
it
not
to-
Lonnie Walker.
Yeah, or Keldon Johnson. I think he's great. Like, don't get me wrong, but as much as I enjoy watching the Spurs play under 6 games on national TV, do we forget the Spurs? Like, how many Spurs fans do you know? I know one.
I think I know two.
Two,
Maybe three.
so we have a handful of Spurs fans to keep going this franchise.
But I think they're closet Spurs fans.
Yeah, I know
more
like
than
one
anything.
solid Spurs fans, and he like really comes out when they lose. Like he doesn't really show up any other point in time. Like he's like, "Fuck, they lost again. What happened to my Spurs?" And then just continues on to whatever else he's watching.
So we wrapped up a week in the hobby. We wrapped up the entire Spurs franchise.
Yeah,
Like,
super sad. Yeah, my bad.
Anything
Sorry.
else you want to wrap up?
Thank you guys everybody for watching. Thanks to our watch for showing our support. We've been at this for like 2 hours. We have had constant people watching the show, which is mostly ourselves. But honestly, man, I'm having a great time, and I hope you are too.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, thanks to our wives. Let them know that put their names on the LLC, so that way when we make money, they'll be like, "Oh, son, you didn't make shit. You're an employee to my LLC." That's how my wife treats me. That's the only reason why she treats me to that.
Definitely.
I love you. I love you, Tessie. So I love you, Tessie, so much. I love you so much.
All right, man. Thanks. It's been great.
All right, man. You guys take it easy. I'm gonna end the broadcast and don't leave just yet. Thank you guys. In the Box Collection, Rocky Mountain Sports Cards, BECM cards. I don't know what you're gonna call your card company. Whatever you want it to be.
I don't know
Say
yet.
bye.
Bye. Have fun, everyone.